If you feel like you have to control everything in your creative process, your schedule, your ideas, your expression, your workflow, even people's reactions, it's not because you're a control freak. It's because your system doesn't feel safe unless you are managing every variable. Let's talk about why. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Sherman Rivers. Today we are diving into the deeper psychology behind one of the most common struggles that creators face, the compulsive need to control everything. This isn't a personality flaw. This isn't just how you are. This is an emotional pattern rooted in your identity, your nervous system, and your past experiences. Once you understand what's actually happening underneath, you can finally begin to release it. See, control isn't about power, it's about safety. Most people think control is about dominance, authority, perfectionism, wanting things your way. But for creators, control is almost always about one thing: emotional safety. When your mind doesn't trust the environment, doesn't trust the unknown, or doesn't just trust you to navigate uncertainty, it grabs onto control as a shield. Control becomes protection from the vulnerability of expression. Let's talk about why you feel the need to control everything. You control things because you don't want to be judged. You don't want to make mistakes. You don't want to be misunderstood. You don't want to look unprepared. You don't want to disappoint anyone. You don't want to feel exposed. Or you don't want your identity challenged. Control is a survival strategy. It's your mind saying, if we manage everything perfectly, we won't get hurt. The need for control is simply the need for protection. Control is a response to emotional uncertainty. Here's the deeper truth. Control is what you use when you don't trust yourself to handle what might happen. You tighten your grip because you doubt your ability, or you doubt your voice, or you doubt your clarity, or you doubt your readiness, or you doubt your identity. Lack of self-trust shows up as over-control. This is why creators say, I have to get it perfect. I need more preparation. I don't want to get this wrong. Let me just tweak this one more time. These aren't strategies. These are symptoms. Symptoms of insecurity disguised as control. Hey, quick break, quick message. If you are stuck forcing output or constantly trying to control your creative process, this is for you. Creator Metaphysics is a free weekly newsletter exploring why creators struggle and how clarity replaces force. Join free at creatormetaphysics.com or scan the QR code you see on your screen. There's also a link down in the description. So the real trap is the illusion of control. The more you try to control, the less control you actually feel. Why? Because creativity is unpredictable. People are unpredictable. Outcomes are unpredictable. Growth is unpredictable. And your emotions are unpredictable. Control gives you the illusion of stability, but not the experience of stability. It only increases anxiety. You tighten your grip, and your creativity tightens with you. But here's the breakthrough. Control fades when safety returns. You only stop controlling when your system feels safe. And safety comes from things like self-trust, emotional grounding, identity clarity, acceptance of imperfection, comfort with visibility, and comfort with uncertainty. When you trust your ability to navigate whatever happens, you no longer need to micromanage everything. Control dissolves not because you stop caring, but because you stop fearing. So as a creator, whether you're a new content creator or someone who is just on the precipice of that journey, Remember this, you need for control has never been about control. It's about protection. Once you understand that, you stop judging yourself and start supporting yourself. If this resonates and you want more insight to the inner mechanics of creativity, watch the next video in this series, How Childhood Patterns Shape Your Creative Expression. The patterns you struggle with today started long before you ever picked up a camera or even thought about it.